Let's face it, picking the right tropical fruit tree can feel more like solving a riddle than planting a tree. You want something sweet, something productive, and ideally something that won't turn into a pest magnet or drop fruit like confetti after the first gust of wind. If you've ever scratched your head wondering which tropical fruit tree to pick and where to plant it, whether in the yard or a container, this guide is for you. This isn't just another how-to. This is your straight-talking, dirt-under-the-nails gardener's manual. From soil science to disease defense, from root to fruit, we're covering it all. And if you've got a backyard begging for something lush, fruitful, and tropical, this might just be the best decision you make all season. Start with the soil, not the seedling. It all begins underground. If you've got poor soil, you're halfway to a disappointing harvest before you even start. Tropical fruit trees aren't magic. They rely heavily on soil that drains well, holds the right nutrients, and doesn't drown the roots. Citrus trees, for example, absolutely loathe sitting in wet soil. Their roots suffocate and disease sets in fast. Choose sandy loam or create it by amending heavy clay with compost and coarse sand. The goal is fast drainage and rich organic matter. A ready-made citrus soil mix works perfectly for potted trees too. On the flip side, banana trees are much more forgiving. They'll tolerate more moisture than other tropical fruit trees and even thrive in organically rich, slightly heavier soils. But don't confuse tolerant with bulletproof. Drainage still matters. Before planting, do a simple soil test. Use a test kit or send a sample to your local extension office. You're looking for a pH between 5.5 and 7.0 for most tropical fruit trees. Anything outside that range, amend it before planting. Pick the right trees for your zone and lifestyle. This is where many gardeners make a critical mistake. They fall in love with the idea of a tropical fruit but forget to ask whether it'll actually thrive in their space, or if they can care for it consistently. If you live in a warm, humid region like Florida, parts of Texas, or Southern California, you're in luck. You've got options. Consider a key lime tree, which is compact and produces a steady flow of small, tangy limes perfect for pies and marinades. Or try a Kari starfruit tree, a standout for its star-shaped sweet fruit and ease of care. It thrives in partial sunlight and is a favorite among families with kids thanks to its unique look and honeyed flavor. For banana lovers, the Dwarf Namwah is hard to beat. It's fast-growing, cold-tolerant, down to the upper 30s, and doesn't take up too much space. The Moa banana, a Hawaiian variety, produces thick, creamy bananas that almost taste baked even when raw. Now here's a big insider tip. Some of the best tropical fruit trees aren't planted in the ground at all. Not every tree needs to go straight into the yard. In fact, some tropical fruit trees thrive in containers, and you'll get better results with less hassle. Take the Meyer lemon tree, for example. This superstar is incredibly prolific, pumping out juicy, sweet lemons almost year-round. But here's the real perk. It actually does better in a pot. You can move it to chase the sun, bring it indoors during cold snaps, and avoid soil-borne pests like nematodes entirely. To plant in a container, choose one that's at least twice the size of the tree's root ball. Fill it with high-quality citrus soil mix and add 2 tablespoons of controlled-release organic fertilizer mixed evenly into the top 3 inches of soil. Water thoroughly, about 1 gallon for every 5 gallons of soil, until water runs from the drainage holes. Then let the soil dry slightly before watering again. And don't forget drainage holes. No tropical tree will survive if its feet are stuck in soggy soil. One word, HLB. Also known as huanglongbing or citrus greening. If you haven't heard of it yet, consider this your warning. HLB is a bacterial disease spread by the Asian citrus psyllid, and once it hits, there's no cure. The fruit grows deformed, never ripens, and eventually the entire tree collapses. So, how do you protect your citrus trees? Start by sourcing trees only from certified nurseries that are part of disease-free programs. Never plant wild cuttings or roadside finds. They might carry hidden pathogens. If you're near a body of water or in a breezy area, you're already ahead. Psyllids have a hard time finding and settling on trees in windy spots. You can also apply organic insecticidal soap sprays every 7 to 10 days during warm months to deter psyllids. Mix 5 tablespoons of liquid insecticidal soap with 1 gallon of water. Spray in the early morning or late afternoon to avoid leaf burn. Here's a golden rule: never plant too deep. When planting directly into the ground, dig a hole that's the same depth and about 2 to 3 times the width of the root ball. Place the tree so that the top of the root ball is slightly above the surrounding soil level, no more than 1 inch higher. This helps water drain away from the trunk, preventing rot. Use your hands to break up compacted soil around the hole and gently tease out the roots before planting. After placing the tree, backfill with the native soil mixed with compost. Press the soil firmly to eliminate air pockets, then water deeply with 3 to 5 gallons of water depending on the size of the tree. If planting in a container, do the same. Just be sure the container is wide and deep enough for root expansion, and always use fresh, sterilized soil mix. You might be tempted to let that new tree grow wild, but pruning is vital in the early years. Pruning isn't just about looks, it builds strength, structure, and productivity. For banana trees, remove any yellowing or broken leaves as close to the trunk as possible. Use a clean, sharp handsaw and make tight cuts to create that honeycomb pattern around the stem. This not only keeps the plant healthy, but also encourages vigorous new leaf growth. For citrus and starfruit trees, prune in late winter or early spring before the growing season. Remove any crossing branches, inward growing shoots, and any weak stems. Always cut at a 45-degree angle just above a bud or branch junction. Gloves are a must. Many citrus and tropical trees have tiny thorns or rough bark that can scratch or puncture skin during pruning. Choosing tropical fruit trees isn't about buying what looks good at the nursery. It's about understanding your space, your soil, your climate, and your schedule. The best tree is the one you can give the best conditions for success. Stick with disease-resistant, compact varieties if you're a beginner. Prioritize container growing if your soil is poor or pest-prone. Test your soil, prune with purpose, and always stay ahead of pests like psyllids. And most importantly, have fun with it. Tropical fruit gardening isn't just about the harvest. It's about the scent of citrus blossoms in the evening, the excitement of spotting your first ripening banana, and the joy of growing something truly exotic right outside your back door. Whether you're planting your first curry starfruit or experimenting with Meyer lemon in a pot, you're not just growing food, you're building a backyard paradise. Stick with Soil and Crop Central for more hands-on tips, expert insight, and backyard gardening gold. You grow it, we guide it.